Hey, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full body stretch that's only 20 minutes long, and it's just going to stretch the entire body if you have some soreness or if you just want a good stretch after a workout. So if you're ready, we're just going to get started, coming to a seated position. And now bringing our knees together, lifting up, and we're just going to sit in a nice position, sitting on our heels, flexing our feet, and just stretching out those feet, and at the same time rolling our shoulders back. This is a great position if you're in shoes all day, or you've been walking a lot. Just nice to stretch out those arches of our feet. And now going forward with those shoulder rolls. Good, and now let's just come into a nice child's pose. So just release your feet first, and bringing your hips back, and then coming all the way down with our upper body and our head, stretching our arms forward, stretching out the lower back and the shoulders. This is a very nice, gentle stretch to just warm up with. And already focusing on our breath here, inhale and exhale, focusing on that breath coming through our nose and out, and really just trying to stay present here and not trying to think about some outside thoughts, focusing on yourself here and on this stretch. And now let's take a nice inhale, lifting our head, coming up onto all fours, tucking our toes under, and exhaling into our first downward facing dog. And let's just walk it out first, nice and slow. You can even inhale, bending one leg, and exhale, bending the other. Just take it at your own pace. And just gently stretching those calves. And now let's bring both heels down onto the mat, stretching even more. If you need to bend your knees here still, please do so. Fingers are spread wide. Just holding here, stretching out those shoulders as well. We're going to get ready to lift our left leg into our one-legged dog. So let's inhale, and now lifting our left leg up. Good, and just holding here for a moment. We're going to take nice hip circles in a moment. Stretching out those hamstrings, pointing your toe. And now let's take those hip circles. So going around and up, and around and up. Nice, gentle, long circles here. And now hold, inhale and exhale. Let's take a breath in, and we're going to bring that knee to our chest as we exhale. And now coming into our pigeon position, so opening up that hip and the knee. And we're going to place our hands in front, bringing them into spider fingers. We're going to inhale, straightening the back, and exhale, coming down. And let's repeat that. Inhale, curling into the back. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Inhale, up. And exhaling it all the way down now. Let's just stretch our arms or bend at our elbows. And just holding in this nice pigeon position, making sure our leg behind is in a nice straight line. And just breathing here, focusing on our breath again, bringing that focus back to the present. Just feel the inhales and exhales going through your nose, your chest, and your body. Good. Keep holding just a little longer. And now slowly we're gonna come up and release out of this pigeon pose and come for a nice quad stretch. So we're either just going to bend and tuck the leg under us, or you can take a more easier version by bringing the foot to your inner thigh and opening up the hip. Whatever feels comfortable for you in this moment. I'm gonna take the harder version. I'm just gonna tuck that toe under, stretching my front leg. We're gonna inhale, lifting up, straightening in the back, and then coming down as we exhale. Bending from our hips here, not our back. And just holding here, stretching out that hamstring and the quad. Hold, inhale and exhale. Allowing yourself to release into this position with the breath. So each exhale, try to go a little bit more. And let's slowly lift the head again, coming up with our upper body. We're going to stretch that quad even more. So either going back with your upper body and staying here, or bending your front leg to make it a little easier. I'm going to stretch my leg, just coming to my elbows and just holding here. You can also release the elbows and totally lay down here on your back. And just inhale, exhale. If you feel any kind of knee problem or pain, just release out of this position and do the previous one, or just skip to the next one. Holding a little bit longer here. All right, let's get ready to release out of here. So coming up, we're going to come into our lunge position. So get ready to bend the front leg. We're just going to bring that back leg a little bit farther back, tucking that toe under in the back, and just bringing ourselves into this nice lunge. Inhale, lifting the chest here, and now exhale, coming to our reverse lunge. So stretching that front leg, and now inhale up, hips are square. Exhale into our reverse lunge. Inhale up, low lunge. And exhale down, our reverse lunge. Good, now let's just hold here, working with our breath, allowing our bodies to relax into this position and just sending oxygen into that problem area, so your hamstring or wherever you're feeling it here. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Just holding a little bit longer. And now let's release out of this position, and we'll come back to our low lunge. And just gonna lift up our upper body, lifting our arms up, inhaling, and just bringing them into prayer as we exhale. If you want to keep your hands down on the mat, you are so welcome to, if that's a little bit easier for you. This is your practice, so take each pose as you want to. Just make sure those hips are square, and you're not bending your knee past your toes. Good, just holding. Shoulders are away from the ears. Lengthening in the spine. And now releasing, bringing the hands to the mat and just pushing ourselves back into our downward facing dog. And just walking out any soreness that we might feel here. And now holding, bringing both heels down. Let's inhale, lifting that right leg now into our one-legged dog. Holding for a moment before we go to those hip circles. And now let's go around, down and up and around. And the last one. And now holding up. Inhale, exhale. And now let's just bring that knee forward to the chest and open up into our pigeon position. Good, just opening up that hip, bringing the hands forward into spider fingers, and we'll do those wave-like motions. So inhale up and exhale down, curling into the back and shoulders, and then arching, allowing the head to come up as you come down. And inhale up and exhale down. Now stretching our arms forward and staying in this position, bringing our focus back to the breath. Nice deep inhales and exhales, focusing on this present moment and focusing on sending oxygen to your outer hip, to your hip flexor, and just release into this position. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's slowly release, and we're going to come to that nice little quad and hamstring stretch. So coming up, we're going to bend that knee to the side and stretching our other leg forward. Remember, you have an easier version if this feels too hard. And we're going to inhale and coming down, bending from our hips and not our lower back. So whichever position you're doing here, it's really important to lengthen in that spine. And just inhale, exhale, releasing into that hamstring. Allowing yourself to get into this pose, working with that breath. And now let's bring our head back up and our upper body, and we're just going to take our upper body and our elbows down to the mat behind us and just stretching out that quad muscle even more. Once again, you can bend that front leg and just holding here, feeling that nice stretch in your quad muscle. This is really great if you've just done a leg workout. Inhale and exhale. Good, let's just release and we'll come to our low lunge position. So just lifting up, squaring out our hips, tucking the toe behind us, and just inhale, coming forward a bit. Exhale, reverse lunge, flexing the foot. And inhale up, opening the chest. And exhale, coming to a reverse lunge. And one more time, let's inhale, coming forward. And now exhale, coming back. And now let's just hold here. Still squaring out those hips, stretching that leg out as much as we can. And deep breaths here, allowing that hamstring to release. Allowing the flexibility into your body, trying to hold no tension here. I know that's easier said than done. I feel you guys, but just try your best. And now coming up, we'll come back to our low lunge, squaring out those hips still, and just lifting the upper body. Inhale, arms up, lengthening, and exhale, bringing your hands to prayer. And just holding here. Shoulders are away from the ears. We're still lengthening in that spine, keeping that nice posture. Keeping those hips square and not bending our knee past our ankle. Feel that hip flexor stretching here. It's one of the perfect stretches for a split, as well as the reverse lunge. Inhale and exhale. And now let's release those hands back onto the mat, and we'll just push ourselves back into our downward facing dog. And once again, just walking it out, walking out that soreness, and then bringing our heels back down, holding here for a moment. And now let's inhale, slowly walking forward. We're just going to come to a nice seated position. We're going to come onto the mat with our backs. So just inhale, and as we exhale, reach forward, and then slowly, very slowly coming down. Good. Let's bend our knees here. And we're just going to take a nice spinal twist. So just bring your knees to one side as your head goes in the opposite direction. Shoulders stay on the mat. Trying to bring those knees together, but don't worry if you can't really manage that. It's okay. It's important to feel that spine twisting here. And keep inhaling and exhaling. Don't hold your breath at any moment. If at any time some pose feels really uncomfortable, then just release. Just come out of it and come back when you're ready, or just go to the next position. Good. Let's slowly release out of this, coming back to center. Inhale and exhale the knees to the other side. Head goes in the opposite direction. Shoulders are still staying on the mat. And just twisting here, increasing the flexibility in our back. It's really important these days because a lot of us are sitting most of the day. So it's very important to take care of your back, to show it some love. Good. Let's just bring our legs back to center slowly. And we're just going to grab our feet, our toes, or our ankles, and we're going to come into our happy baby pose. So wherever you're grabbing, just try to bring those knees as close as you can down to the mat, and just stretching out this hip, or these hips actually. Just feeling this nice gentle stretch. It might look a little funny, but it's not important how we look here. It's important if it feels good. You can always add a little rock side to side. Good. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's just bring our feet and knees and everything back together. And we're just going to come to one side or roll up, coming back to our nice seated position, to our easy pose. And let's just inhale one last time, reaching our arms to the sky and just bowing down to ourselves, thanking ourselves for doing this practice, for doing something healthy for our body. I thank you for coming, and I'll see you all next time.